Romeo, come forth, thou fearful man. Affliction is enamored of thy parts, and thou art wedded to calamity.
Father, what news? What is the prince's doom? What sorrow craves acquaintance at my hand that I yet know not?
Too familiar is my dear son with such sour company. I bring thee tidings of the prince's doom.
What less than doomsday is the prince's doom?
Gentler judgment vanished from his lips. Not body's death, but body's banishment.
Ha! Management? Be merciful. Say death, for exile hath more terror in his look, much more than death. Do not say banishment.
Hence from Verona art thou banished. Be patient, for the world is broad and wide.
There's no world without Verona walls, but purgatory, torture, hell itself. Hence banished is banished from the world, and the world's exile is death. Then banished is death misdetermined. Calling death banishment, thou cuttest my head off with a golden axe and smilest upon the stroke that murders me.
O deadly sin, O rude unthankfulness, thy full hour law calls death, but the kind prince, taking thy part, hath rushed aside the law, and turned that black word death to banishment. This is dear mercy, and thou seest it not.
'Tis torture and not mercy. Heaven is here, where Juliet lives, and every cat and dog and little mouse, every unworthy thing, live here in heaven and may look upon her, but Romeo may not. More vanity, more honorable state, more courtship lives and carrion flies than Romeo. They may seize on the white wonder of dear Juliet's hand and steal immortal blessings from her lip, who even in pure vestal modesty still blush as thinking their own kisses sin. But Romeo may not. He is banished. Flies may do this, but from this I may fly. They are free men, but I am banished. Howlings attended, how hast thou the art, being a divine, a ghostly confessor, a sin absolver, and my friend professed to mingle me with that word banished?
Thou fond man, hear me a little speak.
Oh, thou wilt speak again of banishment.
I'll give thee armor to keep off that word, adversity, sweet milk, philosophy, to comfort thee, though thou art banished.
Banished? Hang up philosophy. Unless philosophy can make Juliet split a town, reverse the prince's doom, it helps not, it prevails not. Talk no more.
Oh, then I said madmen have no ears?
Should they, when wise men have no eyes?
Let me dispute with thee of thy estate.
Thou canst not speak of that thou dost not feel. Wert thou as young as I, Juliet thy love, an hour of a married, Tybalt murdered, dotting like me and like me banished, then mightest thou speak. Then mightest thou tear thy hair and fall upon the ground as I do now, taking the measure of an unmade grave.
Rise, one knocks. Good Romeo, hide thyself.
Not I, unless the breath of heart-sick groans mislike enfold me from the search of eyes.
Hark, how thy knock. Who's there? Romeo, arise, thou wilt be taken. Stay a while, stand up. To my study, by and by, God's will. Simpleness is this. I come. Knock so hard. Whence you come? What's your will?
Let me come in, and you will know my errand. I come from Lady Juliet.
Welcome then.
O holy friar, O tell me, holy friar, where is my lady's lord? Where is Romeo?
There, on the ground, with his own tears made drunk.
Oh, he is even in my mistress's case, just in her case. Oh, woeful sympathy, piteous predicament, even so lies she. Blubbering and weeping, weeping and blubbering. Stand up, stand up, stand and be a man. For Juliet's sake, for her sake, rise up and stand. Why should you fall into so deep an O?
Nurse?
Ah, sir, well, death's the end of all.
Speakest thou of Juliet? How is it with her? Does she not think me an old murderer? Now I have stained the childhood of our joy, with blood removed a little from her own. Where is she, and how does she? And what says my concealed lady to our cancelled love?
She says nothing, sir, but weeps and weeps, and now falls on her bed, and then starts up again. And Tybalt calls, and on Romeo cries, and then down falls again.
As if that name shot from a deadly level of a gun did murder her. As if that name cursed hand murder her kiss me. Oh, tell me, friar, tell me, in what vile part of this anatomy does my name lodge? Tell me that I may sack the hateful mansion.
Hold thy desperate hand. Art thou a man? Thy form cries out thou art. Thy tears are womanish. The wild acts denote the unseemly fury of a beast. Unseemly woman in a seeming man, or ill-beseeming beast in seeming both, thou hast amazed me. By my holy order, I thought thy disposition better tempered. Hast thou slain Tybalt? Wilt thou slay thyself, and stay thy lady too that lives in thee, by doing damned hate upon thyself? Why railst thou upon thy birth, the heaven and earth, since birth and heaven and earth all three do meet in thee at once, which thou at once wouldst lose? Fie, fie, thou shamest thy shape, thy love, thy wit, which, like a usurer, bounds in all, and usest none in that true use indeed, which should bedeck thy shape, thy love, thy wit. Thy noble shape is but a form of wax, digressing from the valour of a man, thy dear love sworn but holy perjury, killing that love which thou hast vowed to cherish. Thy wit, that ornament to shape and love, misshapen in the conduct of them both, like powder in a skitless shoulder's flask, is set afire by thine own ignorance, and thou dismembered with thine own defence. What a ruse, thee, man! Thy Juliet is alive, for whose dear sake thou wast but lately dead. There art thou happy. Tybalt would kill thee, but thou slewest Tybalt. There art thou happy too. The law that threatened death becomes thy friend, and it turns it to exile. There art thou happy. A pack of blessings lights up upon thy back. Happiness courts in her best array. But like a misbehaven and sullen wench, thou pout'st upon thy fortune and thy love. Take heed, for such die miserable. Go, get thee to thy love, as was decreed. Ascend her chamber, hence and comfort her. But look thou stay not till the watch be set, for then thou canst not pass to Mantua, where thou shalt live, till we can find a time to blaze your marriage, reconcile your friends, beg pardon of the prince, and call thee back with 20,000 times more joy than thou wentst forth in lamentation. Go before, nurse, and commend me to thy lady, and bid her hasten all the house to bed, which heavy sorrow makes them apt unto. Romeo is coming.
Oh Lord, I could have stayed here all night to hear such good counsel. Lord, I'll tell my lady you will come.
Do so, and bid my sweet prepare to chide.
Here, sir, is the ring she bid me give you, sir. Hey, you, make haste, for it grows very late.
How well my comfort is revived by this.
Go hence, good night, and here stands all your state. Either be gone before the watch be set, or by the break of day disguised from hence, sojourn in Mantua. I'll find out your man, and he shall signify from time to time every good hap to you that chances here. Give me thy hand. 'Tis late. Farewell. Good night.
That a joy past joy calls out on me. It were a grief so brief to part with thee. Farewell.